In on a Monday, we're recapping the weekend. 5 top 10 teams lost. Did you call that, Jackson? So Washington.
Yeah, I called one of them. We called one of them.
Hold on. The fact that some of these teams were top 10 is laughable.
It is.
A&M was still ranked in the top 10 in the college football
We
playoff
were
after
all
losing
over.
to Mississippi State.
We nailed one of them, though. We did nail USC.
Clemson, Michigan, Washington, A&M, Auburn. Did I get them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of them lost. Yes.
They lost to teams with a combined 20. They lost to opponents with a combined 20 losses.
God.
Ole Miss, USC, Pitt, Georgia, and Iowa.
Say what?
That is a say what.
It's not any good. But I knew, kind of got the feeling that Clemson was kind of due for a loss this year.
Yeah,
eventually.
NC State kicks great point. NC State kicks a chip shot field goal.
Right.
They lose. There were some other. Yeah, Clemson has been
They've had close
wildly
calls this year.
inconsistent. How about that? Auburn had their ducks in a row, and kind of committed to
They could have
what
beat them.
they could have beat them. Malzahn went for it too many times inside the red zone. If he kicks field goals, who knows how that
Right.
game ends up. So, yeah, Clemson can still.
They probably are in the driver's seat just for their own playoff berth, yeah.
ACC.
They'll win the ACC.
Yeah, but what happens there? What happens with Clemson?
You're going to get – this will be the first time we see a team that doesn't win their conference championship make it in. The Louisville Cardinals will be represented.
No way.
I don't know why not.
How are they going to get over Clemson if Clemson wins the division
Why
and
can't they
wins
both
the
be?
ACC championship?
I agree.
Why can't they both be in?
No, they're not
maybe.
going to allow that to. Well, yeah, I
Why
guess you're
couldn't they
right.
both
The
be
biggest,
in?
the biggest.
If you don't have one from the Big 12 or Pac-12.
And, well,
Okay.
what about the Big Ten? The Penn State can win that division, and how do you put either Michigan or Ohio State in?
That's ugly.
oh, my God. If they win that.
That's ugly. The ratings didn't. I mean, they were not. The ratings were not good last year in the college. The New York,
They were
the
bad.
New Year's Six bowl game ratings were awful.
Right.
And then the semifinal game rating, semifinal games were not good. Now they did it on New Year's Eve. I get that. It was like a 3 and a 7 o'clock kick or something. However, wouldn't you still think that they'd be better? But if you start throwing in Penn State and teams like that, I mean,
Why are they in this conversation? They're not a top 10 team.
So if we
you had
assume
Oklahoma, Clemson, Bama, and who?
Michigan State,
Yeesh.
if we assume that Penn State
Yeesh.
wins the Big Ten East and Louisville wins out, do you put Louisville in ahead of Michigan and Ohio State?
Yes.
Do you?
Well, the Michigan-Ohio State loser will be out regardless, but
Right.
the winner of that game
Louisville's only loss has come to a team that's in the top 5.
for now.
They'll remain there.
They play at Houston and Kentucky. That is garbage.
I wouldn't
The Houston
call it
game
garbage.
was
the
big time
Houston
in
game was
September.
sizzling.
Yeah.
Now it's
How
falling
how
back.
does that look now?
But but still, Michigan's loss was to a not. I understand what Luganville said. And,
Their best win is over Florida State, and it was by 43 points. Is that what they're going to work with?
that's it. Well, that's
Florida
a big
State's
win.
lost 3 games.
I understand that, but the way they beat him is very convincing.
Who's the number 2 team in the country? Ohio State?
Clemson lost by 1 point. Like
Yeah, I'm with you.
they beat Louisville.
They beat Louisville.
It's fair enough.
Clemson probably should be up there, but you know how the AP poll reacts.
Yeah, it's a week by week poll instead of looking at the whole.
Right.
The AP's industrial age,
It doesn't even
journalist mentality. The AP's been a joke for 70 years.
If
these
you
guys,
had to pick a
it's
second
the same guys that take themselves way too seriously in that business. Like those type of journalists are much like, not all, but most tenured college professors.
Yeah, all right, so give me your top 5. If you had to run them down.
A neutral field.
Sorry, top 4.
Neutral field.
Your playoff contenders right here, right now. If you, from.
Bama 1.
Yeah.
Do I go Louisville or Clemson?
Is there a difference?
See,
in
that's tough for me
I agree.
because Clemson has more talent, and Clemson has a good quarterback, but Lamar Jackson is freaky.
Right.
They've played on the field.
But
Right.
They played at Clemson.
Clemson won the game. I mean,
Close.
I
Very
don't know
close
how else
game.
you break the
Yeah, but it
tiebreaker.
was so close. If on a neutral field, who's winning that ball game? I'm not willing to say
All
that
right,
Clemson.
I guess I'll go Clemson, but wow. Louisville beating Florida State by 43.
That's- Speaks volumes to me.
Clemson went down to Tallahassee and won the game.
It's true.
I honestly didn't see that Pittsburgh thing coming at all. Like the USC beating Washington doesn't
We kinda
totally
saw
surprise
that.
me, but Pittsburgh
That Clemson Louisville game was great.
Oh, that was.
Neutral field, who wins?
I think Louisville.
Depends on the Saturday, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they're pretty even.
Louisville hasn't looked great against all these teams, these bad teams. They snuck out a win against Virginia and
Yeah, that's
played around
true.
with Duke.
I don't want to say how bad college football is, but how average is college football when Oklahoma's number 8, Penn State's number 9, West Virginia's number 10, Utah's number 11, and Colorado's number 12? And what does it say about the SEC
Western Michigan at 14.
when you only have one team in the top 10? What does that say about the SEC?
Cannibalizing. Well, from our eyes, we see what the problem is here. From the national perspective, all they're looking at is a ranking beside their name. There's a reason that they're ranked there. It's because they beat each other.
Highest ranked team behind Bama is LSU. It's 6-3. We have Steve Palazzolo coming up next. Talk Dak Prescott. He's with ProFootballFocus.com. Great website on the NFL and college. Chris Collingsworth owns it. You know him, NBC Sports. Steve Palazzolo, ProFootballFocus.com. Coming up next, we'll talk Dak Prescott and some NFL. The Out of Bounds Show, ESPN 105.9 The Zone, is brought to you by Fowler Buick GMC in Brandon.